It is a new year, and that means a new chance to make positive changes in your life and a new chance, of course, for scammers to take advantage of you. That's why we are joined by Lachelle Yates with the Better Business Bureau. You can text us your questions about scams and businesses and things of that nature. The number is on your screen. It's 336-379-5775. You can get your questions answered in real time. All right, so it is a new year. Many of us have made some resolutions. The BBB has 5 resolutions. And these are all for having a fraud-free year. So let's go over them.
So if we stick with these 5 resolutions, we won't be reporting ourselves to Scam Tracker for falling for any scams. And resolution number 1 is I resolve to be cautious with email. So you just really want to be wary of any unsolicited emails that you get. Remember, scammers can make emails look like they're from legitimate businesses, from governments, even from organizations like BBB. So never click on any links or open attachments from somebody that you don't know on email. And I'm going to throw in here just for fun, the same applies to texts.
Yes, for sure. Yes, because we get all those unwanted texts and we're like, what do we do with those things? And we don't want to be clicking on those.
Do not, because you could download malware to your computer.
All right, number 2.
Resolution number 2, I resolve to never send money to strangers. If you haven't met a person face to face, don't send them money. This is especially true if the person asks you to transfer funds using a prepaid debit card or a cash app. As soon as you send that money, it is untraceable and you are never going to get that money back. So just don't do it, and don't let a scammer try to rush you and pressure you. That is the hallmark of a scam.
Yeah, so let's say if you're selling something on Facebook Marketplace or you want to buy something on Facebook Marketplace, you say don't give them the money until you are there face to face with them to be able to do that, because otherwise you don't really know who you're sending the money to.
Absolutely, and it also applies to things like puppy scams, where there's, hey, we've got this puppy, send us money. There's so many different ways that this can come up, so just be very cautious.
All right, let's go to number 3, and that is all about some research.
Yes, I resolve to do research before making online purchases. How many people, saw the stories over the holidays where people bought the lawn ornaments, but they turned out to be miniature instead of yard sized. So you need to ask these questions. Is this a website that I've done business with before? Does this website have a working customer service phone number? Does this website have an address that turns out to be real? Those are the kinds of questions that you need to be asking when you're going to make an online purchase.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where we all got caught up in like the Instagram and the Facebook feeds because it was like a really good price. And then it wasn't. Yes.
Yes. So resolution number 4, I resolve to use my best judgment when sharing my personal information. So sharing sensitive information just really opens the door for identity theft. Never share financial information, never share your birth date, your address, never share your social security number, and never share your Medicare number to an unsolicited caller. That is the best way to stay safe.
Yeah, I know so often we get either emails or phone calls that say, well, they said it was Medicare and they needed me to tell them X, Y, and Z. No one is going to call you from Medicare. No one's going to call you from Social Security.
No, they are not. And this can actually apply to if you are looking for something online and you're going to buy it. There was an example recently of a website that was offering free COVID tests, but the website wasn't giving you any information about itself. There was one customer service phone number, but no information about the company, where it was located. So you're turning over your birthday and your Medicare number to a company that you know nothing about. It's so much easier just to go to your well-known pharmacy and get those test kits.
Okay. And then last but not least, the number 5 to round out our resolutions to not get scammed.
Resolution number 5, I resolve to be social media smart. I used to say that Craigslist was the devil's playground. Now I say it's social media. So first, just make sure your privacy settings on social media are set to private, and only connect with people that you actually know. Be very, very careful of all of those fun quizzes where you reveal your address and other personal information like your pet's name. Scammers are out there collecting all of that because, hey, we often use some of that information as our passwords, or they will use that information to make themselves pass off as a friend or a relative to try to earn your trust. And then on the flip side of that, just be really careful when you're buying products on social media. Scam Tracker, we have thousands of complaints about misleading Facebook and Instagram ads. People tell us that they end up buying products that they never receive, buy products that turn out to be counterfeit, or products that end up being miniature or something else than what they actually ordered. So we get tons of those complaints.
Okay, and if you're going to be buying something online, we're going to tell you why you should be using your credit card, not your debit card. That's going to come up after this break. And remember, you can text us your question, 336-379-5775.